Oh, that New York Times article about the Indian guys like cold calling random numbers until a woman picks up.
No.
It's like a big problem
That's
in
like
India.
a thing you do in 6th grade.
Yeah, well, it's a thing
let's
in
call
India.
a girl.
They're like,
God.
you dial the number and then
Just a random number.
just random
They just
ass
pick
numbers. Yeah, they're like, what is up, baby girl mama? Do not hang up. I am calling from the hospital. Your entire family is dead unless you would let me take you out for a delicious curry and some pussy tasting.
And some pussy tasting. Dude, imagine fucking loving harassment that much.
Yeah,
Like you just fucking like it. You in your to breathe is to harass if you're an Indian.
Well, I told that story about walking around. I was walking down like Canal
Oh,
at
yeah.
2:00 in the morning. I was behind all these girls, and this fucking cab like pulls up on the corner.
Yeah.
And the guy rolls down the window, and he's like a foot away from these girls' faces, and he goes, "What is up, girlfriends?" And they're like, "Ew, oh my god,
Dude, my Lyft driver, the guy who picked me up, was this fucking like 64-year-old Persian man.
Hell yeah.
Who first of all bullies me into sitting up front.
What?
He's like, I'm sitting in the back, and he's like, come up, maybe you sit up. I had to charge
That's the
my
rape
phone.
move. That's the rape move.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, I am not gay. I am not gay. I tell you, sit up front. I am not gay. I talk to you like my brother. And then he starts
I like
fucking,
that. I like
And then he
that.
starts telling me a story.
Your family.
Yeah, like family. And then he starts telling me a story. He's like, oh, you Greek? I had, just before you came in, beautiful Greek girl. I sit, we talk, we laugh. She tell me, and he's like talking about how he's just making, he's like, we have at the end of the day, at the end of the ride, I ask her, let me have your picture. This motherfucker took a picture of this woman, and then he's showing it to me. And first of all,
dude.
all he talks about is
Man,
how
the Lyft
hot.
drivers out here are fucking hilarious.
Dude, it's so funny.
We had a hot one
Well, this
today.
guy, hold on. This guy was telling me how he's got 6 fucking girlfriends.
Yeah.
He was like,
I believe that
I
shit.
have 6 girlfriends. And I was like, whoa, what's your secret? He's like, I have very good sex with all of them. And it was just like,
We had a hot one today, and
it
she's
was
like,
incredible.
she's like, it was a pool, and she was telling the girl that was already in the car like her craziest Lyft stories. And so one of them, she's like, yeah, there was this guy like visiting from like San Francisco or something, and like at the end of the ride, like I get him to the hotel, and he's like, do you want to have sex with me? And I'm like, ooh, no. And then the girl's like, was he cute though? And she was like, yeah, he was cute, but like you can't just ask me to have sex like that. And so then I was like, oh, cool. Like, and then I was like, have people like met each other on Lyft? And she's like, yeah, it's happened. Like, I met my boyfriend right now on Lyft. I was like, so you are kind of fucking the guys.
yeah.
And then she also told another story about how some guy kissed her while he was trying to plug his phone in, and she thought it was fine because he was very cute.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? You can just try and kiss your drivers if you're hot.
She's like hooking up with guys.
I
and
know.
stuff.
I get nothing but like loser dudes, but they're hilarious to listen
Oh, yeah,
to.
yeah.
I had this one guy pick me up the other night, and I get in the car, and he's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, it's all right. And then there's like silence for like maybe 30 seconds. And then he's like, yeah, well, it's my my first week back driving. The first night, actually. Like, I didn't ask you how you're doing or anything. Like, he just gave up waiting for me to ask him.
So, I think
and so he
it's like
like started mid-conversation.
It's a stark difference from New York, because in New York,
they're
there's
all
an
like, they're all
there's
named
an
like
expectation of
Bubakar. And
silence.
they're well, it's not an expectation
they
of
don't
silence.
speak English.
Yeah, they're like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
Please bring me back to my jungle.
Everyone here is giving you a fucking
yeah.
story.
It's wild.
Yeah,
dude.
it's wild.
Yeah.
All the talking is crazy.
Their internal monologue, all the New York Lyft drivers, is like the first 3 seconds of Head Like a Hole, the Nine Inch Nails song, which I might have to play. It's like weird jungle noises. Listen to it, and then you'll get... I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to play it. But anyhow, yeah. No, so this guy's like... just right off the bat, like, yeah, so this is my first week driving in a while. And he's wearing, like, a skin-tight, like, running or biking shirt, but he's like just a fat guy.
Yo, fat guys and that kind of shit is hilarious.
It's like orange ass.
It looks worse than a fat guy's
you
shirt.
see all the problems.
It's like, how the fuck, man?
You see love handles. You see tits.
Yeah,
You see.
no, he looked like he was
looked
like
like
literally
shit.
inflated, dude. Like he was fucking,
Yeah.
like Christmas lawn furniture.
You see how lumpy a person can
Yeah.
be in Under Armour.
Yeah, I mean, he had like all these like these fucking weird wrist guards on or whatever. And he was like, "Yeah, I was actually in the hospital for like a week, and I couldn't drive from because I got poison oak." And it got all over
What?
my arms, and I had to go to the
Jesus
hospital because
You
that's
got-
how bad it was. And I was like, "Jesus Christ, how did you get poison oak that bad?" And he was like, "Yeah, I was at the archery range."
Oh my god, a fat archer.
I was like, "What? How did that happen?" He's like, "Oh, I was looking for one of my arrows, and I was digging through a bunch of poison oak." This is poison oak.
What a fucking retard.
Yeah, no, and he kept telling stories, and like as there would be a new detail of the story that would segue to another story that just made him like even more pathetic or whatever.
Yes.
And he was like, I was just worried to drive with all the poison oak all over my arms, God forbid anything happened. I actually got rear-ended. And there's no damage to my car at all, which is crazy. The other guy's car is messed up. My car was fine. But, the only reason I said that is, because I was just worried. I was worried about maybe getting in an accident. Like my mom's car, the one I live with her, she, there's like no reason to mention that. She has a Mercedes, and that thing's a tank. But, this one, I don't know. Can you kill me, please? Can you please
Also,
kill
how
me?
does anyone make any money driving here?
It's like $8
Yeah, they're
for
like
40
$4.
miles. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I had like one like just sort of ugly valley girl that was like, oh my God, can these people learn how to drive, please? And like fucking swerving and cutting people off and expecting me to like give her a good tip for driving like a fucking asshole. Listen up, service industry folks.
Thank you. Let them have it.
If you want,
They
let 'em
get
hear it.
they get
Money.
no benefits.
Yeah, here we go. Hold on. This is the first.
Oh no.
Well, that's the African ones. What are the Indian ones listening to?
That's what's going on in a Bookabir's head while he's driving the Lyft around New York. What is the BQE? Please help me.
What about the other guy? Did you ever tell a story of Dean on the podcast?
Oh yeah,
before?
that guy. No, I didn't. But I don't know if that'll translate. He was just such a funny guy. This guy picks me up, and he's like, looking in the rearview mirror, like, yeah, you can go out, man. It's like co-ed night, co-ed, Thursday night, co-ed night. And I was like, excuse me? And he was like, yeah, go out for the co-eds and stuff. I'm like, what's co-ed night? He's like, no, I'm just saying, you can go out and like, meet girls and stuff. I'm like, oh, I thought it was like a thing that was going on. He's like, nah, you just go out to bars, you meet the college girls.
What he calls just any
Yeah,
night.
he's
is
like, you can
co-ed
just,
night.
No, Thursday night.
you can just take them, and he's like, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go home and go to sleep. And then he's like, yeah, it's pretty cool driving around. You get to meet a lot of, see the stars and stuff. I like coming up here to drive around, meet the stars and stuff. But that's not, I live down in Long Beach, so I don't see that too much, But actually, one time I did see, I found out there's a guy who lives on Signal Hill who I was able to drive him to the airport, and he actually works for Playboy Radio.
Playboy Radio.
Which is like defeats the purpose of Playboy.
Yeah.
And he was like, that was pretty
What
cool.
a brag, dude.
Yeah, Playboy. I don't even know.
I didn't
what
even
the
know
fuck
that
Playboy
existed.
Yeah.
Stop. Oh,
Jesus.
that was a
Come on,
big
man.
one.
That was a good one, babe.
Is that
Normally you
because
have
all the
really
Mexican
wimpy,
food?
small. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're eating real food out
Yeah.
here.
Well, before it sounded like you had colon cancer.
I probably
Like
do.
everything was blocked by some giant tumor.
I probably do.
Anyhow,
man.
this guy kept finding ways to bring up Playboy.
Yo, old
it's
men
funny.
love like
Yeah.
play grown
It's
men.
like a
love
25-minute
Playboy.
ride, and but every time he brought up Playboy again, he would always do with the same gravitas and weight that like it had like he was just revealing it for the first time. So he told me that he's like, yeah, he had his girlfriend with him, and she was actually a playmate, which is pretty cool. And then like he started talking about how he was doing grip work, but he lost his hookup for grip work, which I don't know what the fuck. And he's like, yeah, but one of the best jobs I got to work is I actually had I was fortunate enough to have the experience of working for Playboy. He's like, I had to hold a fan to this like playmate and blow her hair with the fan, and she fucking hated me, man. But that shit was cool. She was hot.
She was hot.
Playboy.
I love the guys who are just like, yeah, man, I just want to be around hot women. I'll never fuck.
Right. It's like, what are you, 12?
I can't wait to see what our next Lyft driver's like. Me and Adam might go to the damn beach. We might go take a damn hike tomorrow.
Yeah.